Hey gang, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today, and welcome back here to another edition of Mental Mondays. And you know, Mental Mondays is sort of our club here. Not a lot of people watch it compared to the other videos, but it's my favorite part of doing the YouTube videos. And just welcome back if you're a regular, and also welcome if it's the first time. If you're a first-time viewer to Mental Mondays, this is something we do once a week on Mondays that really didn't have much to do about fishing. It's just sort of designed to make you think a little bit and stretch your mind. So welcome everybody. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the sort of the mentality of people that drive too fast, whether it be in a truck or a car or a boat. This is sort of a pet peeve of mine because from my perspective, it's sort of irresponsible and dangerous. And I sort of wanted to talk about this because I see a segment of the population correlating to certain factors of people that drive too fast in boats and trucks. And I sort of want to break that down and talk a little bit about that. And maybe if you're one of those people that drive too fast, you might learn something about yourself in this video, and may save you from, you know, some problems down the road here. So, you know, there's quite a few factors to why people drive fast besides just the obvious one of if they're running late. I think if somebody is running late, occasionally, yeah, they may have to drive a little bit faster in the truck or the boat to get where they need to, but that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about a sort of a personality defect a little bit that goes beyond that, just time constraints, that type of stuff. So there's three or four of them, but I wanted to touch on some of the bigger ones here. So first one I think we have is there's road rage, and there's elements of road rage out there that can be minor to something that will get you put in jail. I mean, and everything in between. And basically, road rage is just being impatient. It's being impatient, getting frustrated with other people driving around you. Sometimes, could be justified, and other times it's not justified. I'll give you a prime example. Today, I was waiting to get into a parking garage in this particular area, and when I pulled into there, my truck was too tall for it, so I had to back out, and this truck started honking at me behind me, being impatient, didn't even know what the situation was out there. And that's one example of it. And we've all, I think everyone out there has probably been flipped off by some idiot down the road. I've seen, guys, as much as I've driven over the years, I've driven millions of miles. I mean, if you figure, I've averaged 40 to 60,000 miles a year driving for over 40 years, so you can figure up the number. So I've seen it all, man. I've seen all levels of road rage out there. And one of the things about road rage, guys, for you people that exhibit that, all you guys out there that have flipped somebody off before or driven aggressively, say there's a little grandma in front of you and you got frustrated and you whipped it around and you tried to cut her off, or you know what the deal is. I mean, people out there that drive aggressively to try to make a point, that's not going to end well, guys. You're going to wind up either hurting yourself, hurting somebody else. You don't know, guys, when you exhibit some level of even a passive aggressive road rage, you don't know who you're dealing with. Some guy may be driving a little bit too slow or something that irritates you, and you may cut him off or flip him off or whatever. And you could have just hit it on the wrong day. He could have gotten some bad news. His wife could have divorced him. He could have found out his wife was cheating on him, didn't have anything to live with. And the next thing you know, he follows you to the next step, walks up to your car with a 9mm and blows you away. You cannot do that, guys. It is the most stupid thing that you can do to exhibit road rage. The best thing that you can do is if you see somebody out there that has made you mad or has done something that you think has slighted you a little bit, is just blow it off. Just say, he must be having a bad day, and just ignore it. Somebody comes by you and flips you off, just ignore them. Somebody does whatever, it is best to ignore it, and then you can go home safe to your family and have a good life. But you don't ever know. I'm telling you guys right now, one of the days, one of you guys out there that, I'm speaking to the hotheads out there, you guys that have road rage, it's going to all go downhill for you one day if you keep it up. I can assure you on that. So it's best to put your your ego in check a little bit there. Next thing about that, I think one of the reasons people drive so fast is overconfidence. And one of the things about that, you can pretty much I can identify the people that drive too fast. They're the goobers on the crotch rocket motorcycles. They're the guys that have the Mustangs and the Chargers and the Challengers. It's the dudes out there that have the 3/4 ton diesel pickups with the aftermarket exhaust on. They're super obnoxious, oversized tires. It's the guys that nail it out of the... They don't know how just to slowly accelerate off of a stoplight. They've got to goose it off the stoplight. They've got to, drive, like idiots is what it basically is. And one of the things that comes with that, another reason, is overconfidence, because they may have driven for a while and they may have been fortunate not to have any incidents. Guys, but you don't ever know what's coming around the corner. If you drive fast, like you're overconfident, you don't know what's coming up. There could be a freaking rabbit run out in the road causing somebody to swerve. You could have a blowout on your tire. You could have a mechanical failure. Somebody else could have a blowout on the tire. I was driving down the highway one time going about 65 miles an hour, and this car in front of me, the hood on the car flipped up, and this car slammed its brakes on in the middle of the highway with me right behind it, and I had to swerve it off to one side. Luckily, nobody was over there. I didn't know if there was or not, but I was going to plow this guy from behind, so I had no choice. But being overconfident, thinking that you can safely adjust and make the adjustments that you need to be safe for yourself, people in the car and around you, does not work all the time. You cannot be overconfident driving. Cars and boats both. Cars and boats are dangerous. They're extremely dangerous. Boats are extremely dangerous. Most people have no comprehension how dangerous a bass boat is driving it fast. I mean, you don't have, there are so many things that can go wrong that it's just unbelievable. And it's the same with cars. And you can pretty much look at the, as far as the accidents that occur, the fatal accidents and the serious accidents that happen in cars or boats, it's almost always related to speed, almost every time. It's not related to going too slow, it's related to going too fast. And another thing, probably this is the last one we'll talk about here, is I think that people that drive too fast and overly aggressive, and I'm even using the term aggressive over too fast. I think that they, to a large extent, they're thrill seeking to improve their own self-image. I think there's an element of driving aggressive and driving fast that helps boost some people's self-esteem and their ego a little bit by doing that. And if you're one of those people out there that really falls into any of these traits, whether it be overconfidence, road rage, or thrill seeking because you have low self-esteem or you're trying to improve your self-image, don't take that out on your driving in a boat and truck. I think it's time to examine yourself internally and make some difficult decisions about how you decide you want to lead your life, and be aware of the fact. Be aware of the fact that aggressive driving in a boat and a truck is not normal. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to you. It's dangerous to people around you. You're going to wind up getting killed. You're going to wind up killing somebody. You're going to wind up ruining somebody's family. You're going to wind up in prison if you do something stupid. Best advice I can give you guys is freaking back off and chill down. Stop getting pissed off if somebody does you a slight when you're driving. Drive the speed limit. Don't freaking nail it like an idiot out of a stop sign and think you got to, peel your tires out and think if somebody's driving the speed limit, don't think you've got to, just cut them off and get around them and cut in sharp in front of them to prove a point. Just grow up, stop being juvenile, because that's basically what it is. I mean, most of the people I know that are aggressive drivers all the time that drive fast like that, they have a juvenile streak in them to a large degree. So anyway, just a few pointers there. Like I said, it is one of my pet peeves when I see that out there. Everybody would be better off driving like an old grandma, driving safe, just driving slow. I mean, that's the whole thing about it. It's like safest thing you can do in driving is drive the speed limit. You don't need to drive in the speed limit. If you're running behind, get your butt out of bed 30 minutes earlier so you won't be running behind. That's easy to work around that. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll talk later. See you.